Welcome to Cooking with Dragons. My name is Rourke. And today I'm doing something kind of interesting. It's a bit of a three-way kind of meal type thing. This is like one of those level videos, but it's not that complicated. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking three fish tenders, and I'm gonna try to come up with three different dishes for it and see how that goes. So the first thing is gonna be like a jasmine a a jeera rice, pretty much. That's what I'm starting out with here. And then I have this saffron water here and some of this palm sugar, which I'm going to be turning into kind of like a syrup, which I'm going to brush over the fish. And then I'm going to lay it over this rice. So, got the last little bit of ghee in there. And I put some of the water in there just to kind of get the rest of the ghee out of there, just because, why not? I've washed the rice already. And then, so yeah, that should be. Yeah. So, the idea is I'm going to put this on saute mode, and I'm going to be sauteing the ghee and some of this ground cumin. Cumin seeds are preferable for this, but I don't have any cumin seeds, so I'm just going with what I have. So, okay, so I'm going to be doing this in a pressure cooker, a Bella cooker, pretty much. So you want to throw it into saute mode first, at first, and then you want to add the cumin. Got a half teaspoon of it. You can add more ghee as you need it, but I used pretty much the rest that I had, which is about a tablespoon, so. Alrighty, now that that's nice and going, add your washed rice in there. Then just stir it in there to kind of coat the rice with that mixture. And then add the water. And throw it into the rice mode. And just give that a stir. And just let that cook from there. And throw in a bay leaf. Just because bay leaves are nice. Okay, now we're on to the sugar part. To making this, we're gonna make saffron syrup. Got about 4 tablespoons of palm sugar in there, and as well as a 1/4 cup of water. Got that heating up now. Got about a minute left on that rice, and then it has to kind of steam for about gotta let the steam out for about 10 minutes. Just gonna let this palm sugar dissolve a little bit. And then I'm adding about 2 or 3 tablespoons of the saffron water. That way it doesn't just burn up in there. It's easier if you break it up a little bit too, so that's another thing that you can kind of do to make this a little bit faster, but since that rice needs to steam for about 10 minutes anyway, that should be just long enough, hopefully. Here are the 3 fish tenders I have to work with. Now, ordinarily you could just dip these and have it and call it a day, but I decided to be fancy with them. Just why not? This palm sugar is almost dissolved. You can go ahead and add the saffron water. 1 more tablespoon, just for good luck. Smells pretty good though. Palm sugar is just about dissolved. And then once that is, you just lower the heat and let that simmer down a little bit. Put it down to level 1. And just let it go. And then we'll glaze it over that. We'll glaze it over this fish. Heck yeah. And then we're going to serve it over this rice. And then on to the next one. Okay, the saffron syrup is coming along nicely. Might be able to take it off the heat soon. I got the fish fingers in there in the oven already. This will be good in about 5 minutes or so. And I'm making an omelet out of this, because I was trying to make egg yolks the other day and I just couldn't get it to work, so I just saved them for later. And there's my hot coils on there. Alright, so this is already seasoned from last night, just to kind of get it going. I have a little bit of MSG in there, as well as some pepper, and just to kind of make it easier, I'm using salt, a little bit of salted butter, just so I don't have to add any more salt to it. And yeah. And for the last one, I'm going to make it a little bit spicy. I'm going to be using a couple of those chilies. Since that's all I have, just using them up. About a tablespoon of tomato paste, a little bit of vinegar, those noodles, a little bit of fish sauce, and a little bit of brown sugar. And then a little bit of water. And then, yeah. Okay, got that nice and simmering away. Rice noodles are ready, so I'm just going to put a little bit in there. Alrighty, so here we have our lineup. Just gonna add that right over the fish. Oh yeah. Nice glaze there. Over some rice. Then I'm just gonna ladle some of this on there. And just a little bit of cheese. A little bit of sesame seeds. And here we have some saffron fish over some basmati rice. We have a Japanese style omelet with a fish cutlet in there. A little bit of cheese. And I seasoned the egg with MSG and a little bit of pepper beforehand. And then just finish it off with some salted butter. And the coup de grace. The thigh chili fish. Here, let's get these to the table. This is just something you can do with fish sticks, with the fish tenders if you got them. Just something a little fancy. Alrighty, so here we have fish tenders 3 different ways. Just because. I kind of got the idea from this from you know those from beginner to pro things or level 1 through 3 type things, but I just decided to do something like that, but something that anybody can really do. So this is what I came up with using just 3 fish tenders that I got from Denny's. Alrighty, so I'm gonna dig in. What do I want to dig into first? I kind of want to go for the saffron, so I'm going to go with that one first. Alrighty, time to destroy the presentation. It will not be destroyed. Yes, I'm using a spoon to cut a fish. I just don't want to have to wash extra dishes. Alrighty, here we go. That works. Get that nice sweetness from the fish, since it's covered in saffron syrup. Basically what it is. Rice came out pretty good too. Now for the fish omelet. For the Japanese fish omelet. That's what I'm gonna call it. Japanese fish omelet. Alrighty. Yeah, this has a lot of flavor. Very umami rich, thanks to the MSG, which is mingling along nicely with the teriyaki sauce that I made yesterday. With teriyaki sauce that I made last night. Heck yeah. And last but not least, thigh fish. I might have overcooked the noodles a little bit, but I kind of, like I said, I was kind of doing everything at once. I forgot to kind of rinse it in cold water immediately. So, yeah. Right, this will probably be pretty spicy. Oh yeah. It's sweet and spicy. That's kind of lingers in the back of the throat. That's the good thing about these spicy chilies, fresh chilies. That's the good thing about these chilies is when they're fresh. That's when you can taste them the best, I think. Dried is okay if you're making like a powder seasoning with it, but you know, other than that, yeah. All right, fish tenders made fancy 3 different ways. I'll call this one Zaafrani Fish. Zaafrani Fish, spicy thigh fish, and a fish omelet, and a Japanese fish omelet. Check them out. See what you can make out of 3 different. See what you can make out of fish tenders, or. Thank you for watching. My name is Work for Cooking with Dragons. We are exploring the world of foods. You know, keep on feeding the fire.